There we go. There we go. Well, yeah, we are about ready to start here. So it looks like most of us are here.
Yeah, we're
I
missing
think
Chris.
Chris is probably going to pop in here pretty soon. So anyway, I'll just do a few announcements for you all here. Summer WOW entries close on August 31st. So we got about another week or so on that. And we'll put together a judging panel. Darcy's got a judging panel I think she's working on. And we'll view those on September 18th, which September 18th is also the date for image analysis workshop with Heidi Stover. So this is a 2 to 3 hour workshop on September 18th, 5 to 8 p.m. And she's going to cover impact, composition, lighting, creativity, and it'll be kind of hands-on for about 8 people, and the rest of us who aren't among the 8 will be able to watch. Is that right, Darcy?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, all right, that's on 9/18. All this stuff is on the calendar, by the way.
All right.
The September WOW Challenge is coming up too. Since we have a speaker, but we don't have a competition in September, so we have a WOW Challenge instead. And the subject this time is food.
Mhm.
So do with that what you want. Food it is this time. Okay. So I think that's all we have. And anybody have anything else they want to add while we're all together?
Greg, can you
The,
hear me?
The PSA festival is the end of the month of September, and they have left the registration up and open for one more week. I'll be there, so I will be reporting about it in November. But I hope to see some of you up there if you're PSA members. So thanks.
Okay. All right. Well, hello, Betty. Welcome.
Hi, I know I haven't
Good
been
to see
here for
you.
a long time. Hi,
I
Diane.
know. We haven't seen you for quite a while.
I know.
Good to
I've
see you
been
back.
busy. I just been busy over here in Sun City. Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Greg, can
All
you
right.
hear me?
Darcy, you want to go ahead, take it away then? You want to
Sure.
share your screen?
All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, the Summer Share 2, August 21st, 2025. Our participants are Chris Anderson, Bob Rufer, Craig Palms, Darcy Quimby, Diana, Greg, Jean, Julianne, and Patrick.
Mm.
Thank you guys for all participating. First up is Bob Rufer. He sent me one, and it's interesting, and I can't wait to see how he explains and how he found this subject.
Girl.
Is that adorable or what?
Yeah, little cat girl.
Exactly. Her name is Leanne. Professionally, she's known as Cutie Pie. And I met her doing antique shows. So she'd set up her little booth and do some face petting for all the kids and herself, obviously. And I thought she was just adorable. And this is heavily cropped so that it focuses on her. And that's pretty much all I did to it. Nothing fancy. Just tried to eliminate the extraneous so that her little face would show up.
You,
This is number
I really like the softness instead of being higher contrast. I don't know. It just looks better this way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, all those pastel colors sort of seem to fit,
Yeah.
the context, especially given the color of the hair.
Yeah.
So was she doing the face painting or is this someone who had her face painted? I mean, is this a 20-year-old or is this a 12-year-old or what are we dealing with here?
It's a mystery. She is the face painter.
Right.
She does all the little children's faces, but she does her own makeup first
Okay.
as
But
sort
she
of, I
looks
guess,
young.
a sample of what she does.
Yeah.
And I've seen a number of face painters and a number of fairs and this, that, and the other. And I thought she was absolutely outstanding for color and composition, creativity. I thought she was the best. And she has a bow in her hair.
Do you think she's in high school or do you think she's older than that?
No, she's older than that. She's probably late teens, early 20s in this picture. I just saw her a week or so ago. I hadn't seen her in 6 or 7 years.
Oh, okay.
She was not made up like this when I saw her the other day. But,
Is this picture flopped?
no,
Because like it's on the bottom right-hand corner, it's got cutie pie, but it's reversed.
Oh, yeah.
so it is. I hadn't noticed. I should
Who's
flop
got a telephone purring? It sounds like a telephone ringing in the background. It's weird. That
it.
stuff.
Thank you for pointing that out. I had not noticed cutie pie is reversed. I'll have to flop it.
Yeah, the tilt of the head is quite nice.
Yes.
I think the colors are really, really very appealing. And again, the softness, I think so too. I think what you want to think about, Bob, maybe is the two upper right and left-hand corners
Yeah.
and the lower left. And just put maybe some of that blue color from her, or the pink color, just in that space.
Yeah, that
Just,
little space.
you
in the
know,
top
select
left.
Select the space and just color it.
Thought,
There's a person up there on the right, I think,
Yes.
you
and
might
something
be
else
right.
happening on the other end, which
Like I
drew
said,
my
it's
eye.
heavily cropped. And yes, I believe you're correct. That's part of a person in the upper right.
Very nicely done, Bob. It's beautiful. Her expression, the color, very nicely done.
I loved it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I really like it too.
Yeah, you
It's just
get-
a fun
you go
picture.
straight to the eyes.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
Thank you, Bob. Is Chris here? Okay, I'll go through his pictures and then if he pops on later, he can come back and explain them, okay?
Mhm.
Ooh.
Nice.
It's weird. It looks like a caterpillar in the very back part, but those wings are so messed up. It looks like it should be about at the end of its life. But the top part looks, where the head is, that looks like a caterpillar, like it's just emerging.
Well, it's a caterpillar and then I guess he caught this butterfly
Okay.
just landing, but yeah, that is actually a caterpillar, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're friends.
Okay.
Okay, Craig, you're up next.
Okay. Okay, I did not take this picture. This is from probably summer of 1962.
Oh,
This is my mom right here.
Wow.
So one of the things I've been doing, one of my projects over the last year or so has been restoring old photos, which I have hundreds of slides and old photos, and this is one of them. which I did recently, and every now and then I just pick out a photo and work on it. And so just to kind of remember the skills and so forth, keep that sort of thing going. So here she is. She's doing a little gardening in the backyard on a nice sunny day up in Seattle. And why don't you give us the next slide there, Darcy?
Oh, yeah, much better.
Nice.
Yeah,
Much better. Hmm.
much improved, Yeah, all the
Yeah.
noise is gone.
That blown out area is filled in.
You cropped it too, did you not?
I did crop it down. There was so much bright, empty sky up above. I cropped it down and went ahead and blurred that sky in the background there. I think it was in Lightroom. I just went ahead and blurred, used that blur feature to get that background kind of a little more under control anyway. So here you go. Summer of 62. So kind of a little while ago.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Before I was born? Sorry.
Yeah.
Not me. I was 12.
I think what I like about the picture is it almost looks like a golden ratio, because from the top left going down to like the middle right to the bottom middle around, it almost looks like one of those golden ratio kind of
Huh.
you know, like, so it just sort of feels like it would do that sort of swirl, you know, that
Yeah.
curve around.
Yeah, kind of swings around from the top above her head. You're saying?
Yeah, sort of top left, middle, right, bottom, middle, and then kind of curves, you know, curves around her body.
Sorry.
It's
That's
okay.
right.
You want to go back to the first one, Darcy, the original? Yeah, there it is. So it's kind of,
See the tree in the top left kind of takes it away.
Right.
yeah,
It takes my eye right up there.
Right.
yeah,
That white sky.
yeah. This,
Yeah, great crop. Great
Mhm.
crop.
yeah, much better, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was one little project. It takes a little while to do these, but it's a lot of fun because you got to use all the tools. You start out in Lightroom, then go to Photoshop, and then go to Topaz and back to Lightroom and a little more Photoshop. So it takes a little while to get through, but it worked out, I thought.
What did you use
Right.
Photoshop for that you didn't use Lightroom for?
Let's see, I'm trying to think. Every one of these is different, and they all, there's no formula for them. That's the thing. I went into Photoshop, and I'm trying to think what I might have done in there.
Were you using
I just-
TK9 on them?
I used TK9 for sure. I did use
That's
TK9.
Photoshop
yeah.
only, so.
Yeah, I definitely use that, you know, to dodge and burn a little bit and to add some color, clone some color and so forth, and to go back in and do a luminosity mask for some of the colors in here, like the greens and so forth, that type of thing. So I think I did most of the Photoshop work actually in the TK9, which if you guys haven't been using it, it's a great little plugin, and it's something we could have a class on sometime.
Do you, I don't know if it's just my computer screen or whatever, but it still seems like there's an awful lot of shadows and they're kind of dark. So does
Yeah.
anyone else have that sort of impression? Did you try
Right
to
through
lighten
here,
up
right?
some of those?
Yeah,
Yeah, in the background and even on
Sure.
her shirt, you know?
yeah. I
All
think
the details lost by her left arm.
on her left arm, sorry?
Said all the detail is lost on her, that's her right arm, her left arm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
that-
got a
all
rubber
that
glove there.
area, the background is dark.
Yeah. I
May
don't
not
know
have
if I
been
could,
the picture you were working from, so.
yeah. I don't know if I could pull anything out of there. I kind of worked over some of these areas, and I know I had some kind of discoloration over there on the right in that dark area there when I
That's
I
fine. There was
when I-
nothing, yeah.
yeah, when I worked on it, it was this hazy discoloration came out when I lightened it up, I think.
Yeah.
That's what it was, yeah.
Well, one can only do so much, but I would, yeah.
The main thing is to get her face and you did that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
Yep, yep. So, well, anyway, Darcy, next slide. Yeah, this one's just, I was out in Santa Barbara. We were out there and out on Stearns Wharf out there. And so I took a series of pictures out there. And this is just a kind of a crop from a larger photo. I didn't want to disturb anybody in there, so I took it from a distance. And it's just a kind of an experiment. And what I did was took the image, went right out of Lightroom into Photoshop, and then duplicated this, the main image there. Then I flipped it vertically. I flipped it upside down and went ahead and reduced the opacity way down on it. But that's what gives it all this red down below, down here, and it gives it, there's a kind of an effect where it almost looks like there's reflections, like you're looking through a glass window or something through there. So it's just an experiment in kind of a fun sort of a thing. Tried some blending modes on it, and like I say, every one of these is like it's got to find its own way. It's like an experiment, just kind of trying different things to see what'll work. It's pretty bright. There's a lot going on, but what the heck,
Yeah, it had the effect of a painting. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really an interesting result, but the flipping of that really bright spot
Mhm.
In the umbrella on the top and then right below,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'd be really tempted to clone one of those away,
Okay.
and then it wouldn't be such a distraction.
Is that in the upper left you're talking about, Vida?
Yeah, right there where that arrow is, exactly.
Oh, okay, right there. Yeah.
Just because that's like the brightest thing there is, and then down
Yeah.
below is the reflection flipped.
Yeah, I see it down below too now. I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
Anyway, I
That's
would
good.
think about what to do about those.
Yeah.
And
Thank you
then
for that. That's good.
Over here,
Yeah.
this one's like a little bit too bright.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the effect is really pretty wow.
It's just kind of graphic. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Almost.
I love the effect. Just as a piece of feedback, the man in the middle,
Mhm.
I would love to see maybe him turn more into a painting as well. Because I
Yeah.
love the illusion, and then I look
Yeah.
at him and it sort of breaks the illusion.
Yeah. Yeah. The people right there, the woman there putting the glasses on her friend across the table there, it sort of breaks that illusion a little bit.
Yeah.
I had a tough time with trying to get everybody situated that way.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well done, though. It's well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Interesting shot.
Craig,
Mhm.
I think the thing that I'm looking at is how you got to this point. Your mind then went to Photoshop plus and created this.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderfully wacky
Yeah.
in the sense that you used so much forethought to get here. It's amazing.
Well, just had to kind of, see what I could make out of it. And so the title of this, actually, if you were to look at it, is like whatever the photo number is, and then edit. That's what it is, because it's all editing. So it's just been fun, just a fun thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, next one, Darcy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was on July 30th, and I was out in my backyard. So this is 560 millimeters f8, 180th of a second, ISO 400. And the toughest part was trying to get the focus right. I was manually focused, and I was in the wind. So with this big long lens hanging off of my camera, like 3 feet of lens or something, trying to get that detail, it was jiggling around quite a bit, and I was just kind of hoping that I could get it. This is probably the best one I got out of 8 or 9 right there.
Craig,
Well,
you
you did it, Craig. You mooned us. Oh, who said that?
Right, you chose 560. Did you have a
Yeah.
zoom lens, and what made you use that level?
That's the max I could do with my equipment. So I put it on R5, a Canon R5, and what it is, it's a 100-400 zoom lens with an extender, a 1.4 extender, and then on the extender, there's also the adapter to go into a mirrorless camera. So it's made a kind of a lengthy sort of a thing, but it worked out.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Looks pretty sharp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm a little surprised how far up in the sky was that, because we've had so much dust in the air. I
Yeah.
had a hard time getting really nice sharp things anywhere away, especially the moon.
Yeah, this was probably up about 30, 35 degrees, maybe for between 30 and 40 degrees anyway, so somewhere in there. It was somewhere around, it was about 8:30 at night. And so there was still a little bit of twilight going, but it didn't seem to make any difference. So yeah,
Nice
so
shot.
it was quite clear that night. Yeah.
Greg, I always have a problem with the borders.
Mhm.
Border is so white. And your picture is nice and gray.
Oh, I put that frame on there.
Oh,
That
well,
was
then
me.
I won't blame him. I'm gonna blame you, Darcy.
Yes,
There you
blame
go.
me. I'm the bad one.
Because it should be like gray. Because you know, it keeps drawing your eye out.
Yeah,
But
it does,
it
doesn't it?
should
No,
be
I had no border on it, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
that was me.
Fair enough.
Okay, next one. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, this is good.
I love
So-
this one.
Yeah, this is great.
So this is a fun one here. Another one of these editing things. So I took the original photo up Hope Ranch, north of Santa Barbara, looking down south, and so my daughter originally was in this, and I just took her out, and I just had this idea that, wouldn't it be great to see this guy on his way to work with a briefcase and in a business suit and business shoes and everything, and it's just kind of a fun thing. So I actually had an AI program make the image of the guy. I cut him out. I said, I want a guy, businessman in a suit, with a briefcase, and he's walking away from me on a foggy beach. And it did that, but the foggy beach wasn't any good. He was walking away from me and all that. I cut him out. I put him in here, and then I fixed up the shadow. You can see a shadow in the water there behind him.
Yeah.
Just kind of fixed up his shadow there, and then I added the fog over on the left over there. It was a pretty clear picture actually, but I wanted it kind of like he was walking into a sort of a foggier scene like that. So I just sort of added this fog effect over there. Just a kind of a fun thing. So my sense of humor.
You did a really good job of his feet and the water. It
Yeah.
really looks natural.
Yeah.
That looks really good. The shadow, I think's kind of the wrong line. The sun is to the left of him, and the shadow should go out to the right. But the job you did on the feet is fantastic. So
Yeah, I was dealing with that shadow there, and I kind of looked at the rock that he's looking at up in front there, the shadow on that rock, and I went, well, it's close anyway, and maybe it'll pass. Yeah, I tried to, but yeah, just moving the guy around to get his feet right on the water too. So that was kind of a thing. It just kind of had to tweak it a little bit.
Of the concept.
nice shot.
There you go. All right.
So I have a question about AI.
Mhm.
PSA hasn't changed their guidelines, have they?
No, they haven't.
No.
Which is
So
just,
this would never go in competition.
yeah. So
Yeah.
and so that has gotten me a little bit unenthused about photography because of all the new tools that are coming out with AI. Fixing things and doing things and, being able to add things like that.
Mhm.
I just wondered if anybody else was thinking hard about that or wondering, is that changing? Is it likely to change? Is there another place where people are putting in an image like this?
I sort of see AI not as a yes and no, but sort of on a continuum, because I use Portrait Pro, which is sort of like an AI, it gets rid of the wrinkles and lightens the eye bags and everything. So I think of AI sort of like how much stuff do I want to add into a photo and when does it become real and not real?
Good question.
That
We-
could be another meeting topic, another town hall meeting topic.
We had a guy in the Shadow Hills Camera Club he just did composite after composite after composite. But he always had interesting themes, like he did a whole picture that he built out of, it was like a scene in Paris, and he built it out of wine labels. He had hundreds of different wine labels with different colors and different textures. And then some of them were just these, 10 by 10 pixel and put a little color here. And then the hours would spend on these things, 40, 50 hours, building these photos. So I don't know. I have some of the same concerns about where do you draw the line with AI versus someone that spends the time and effort to build it. So yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah, topic for another time, I guess. Okay.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah. All right. That's okay. Yeah, this one here, I did a version of this 2 years ago. And but I wanted to see if I could do a better version of it. It's just a kind of a fun thing. So this is a picture up at an art museum, the Santa Barbara Museum of Art up there. And this background here was actually a friend's photo from New Zealand a photo that she had taken in New Zealand. I kind of put that in there. This was like a Monet or I don't know what it was, an impressionist of some kind. So anyway, I just made a self-portrait, just made a self-portrait and added my own little, whatever you want to call it over here, my description of what it is. It's called Keeping It Real. That's what it's called, self-portrait.
Very good. Very good.
Very clever.
So there you go. Just another fun experiment. That's all. That's what I enjoy most, is just having fun with it, especially on a hot afternoon when there's nothing going on. Get in here and just kind of go to town.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
You added the shadow this time, did you not, Craig, behind your head?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I added some shadow on the other one too, but it wasn't quite right. It was a little bit difficult. If you look at the picture, there's like 3 different shadows going on here. And so I tried to kind of mimic that up around my head and down around my hands down there. So underneath my arm. A picture, my body, actually, I was out here on the other side of my house leaning over a tree limb when that picture was taken. So I just kind of cut myself out and stuck myself in there. So.
Looks good. Looks good.
Again, I say he just cut himself out and stuffed it in there. What did that take you, a minute, 2 minutes?
Chris.
Well, it takes a while to do these.
Yeah.
You got to work at it. It's kind of like, well, that's not right. That's not right. That's all right. This is as right as I could get it. So just trying to make it a 3D thing. So
It does look really 3D.
Yeah.
Very good.
You done good.
The issue is the shadow under your neck.
Mhm.
The shadows are all going the other way.
yeah. Yeah, let's see. Yeah,
So,
I hadn't noticed that either. You have a good eye, Vida. That is, I had not noticed that. That's true. Yeah.
so you can probably even fix that if you wanted to, or go take another photo when the light's right, but
No, I think I'll fix it. I can fix that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good plan. Okay.
cool.
All right. That's it for me.
Okay, well, Chris is here, so I'm going to escape from this and pull up his slides now. So he
Yay.
can explain.
Well, whatever
we-
she said about me when I wasn't here when I should have been is correct.
No, Chris always has a lot of
You don't want to
explaining
say
to do.
that, Chris.
Can't defend it.
I'm sweet. I said nothing.
What's wrong? Okay.
Oh,
Nice opener, huh?
yeah,
This is the
really nice
bombing.
opener.
Yeah, this is the bombing in Palm Springs. I had to bring it up again. I put something in competition, but it wasn't, I don't know if it was this one or another one, but it was stunning to see it in your own backyard. I live about less than 5 minutes by car, walk across the park. I'm just on the other side of Ruth Hardy Park. And I heard a sound which wasn't an airplane. It wasn't an earthquake. It was so different. I knew there was something wrong. I immediately went outside, looked over because intuitively I looked towards the mountain and saw a big cloud of smoke flying from north to south. So I knew it wasn't south because of that. No one in the park was doing anything particularly out of the ordinary, so I didn't worry about that. So when you hear a bomb go off, of course, the first thing you want to do is get your camera, get in the car, and get to wherever that bomb is. I was told about that later. I might want to rethink that. I won't. But I found a way over at the hospital. The whole area had been blocked off immediately, but I found a way around it and got in and got over here. It was just devastating to see what had happened to this building, which was unknown at the moment, other than it was completely destroyed. And across the street from this, just in back, if those two firefighters were to turn around, they would be facing the medical office buildings of Desert Hospital, Desert Regional Medical Center. And all the windows in the front of that building were blown out. This was not during business hours, so nobody was hurt that way. So I wanted just to share this again. The whole block is now down because it not only destroyed the building itself, but the building next to it. So that's all a vacant lot in it right now.
Chris, what makes this so haunting is it looks like there's only two people in the whole area. You know what I mean? Like I would expect to see like a crowd and police and yellow tape. I mean, this is almost like a peek into something that's just so devastating, but so like isolated at the same time. It was really well done.
Interesting.
Was this a
Thank you.
Saturday morning?
Afternoon.
Okay.
So Chris,
Yeah.
I assume it says American Reproductive,
Yeah.
and it would have been nice to capture that.
I suppose I could bring it back a little bit. The
Yeah,
irony, of course, is that reproductive has not been the issue in this country, but this guy made a mistake. I hear you on that, Vida, and I'll see if I got enough room to bring that back.
Just enough. So it took me a while to figure it out because I had not heard about this bombing.
You know, that was the last thing I wanted to say about this photo also is, you know, this is in my backyard. This is in our backyard if we look at it from the Coachella Valley basis. But it truly is in my backyard. And there was big news that day. And the the thing we all see, but this was a marker for me, is how quickly we move on to the next devastation, the next problem, the next whatever. And this slowly drops off the radar. Now, it doesn't drop off the radar for the owners and the people in these buildings or across the street, or the other side is even worse. But that's what we call the news cycle. You know, we go on to something else, but this is still in devastation. There's nothing there. And that was another point about this to me that I learned was, yeah, we just keep moving along to the next one.
The thing that catches my eye is you have the total devastation here. And then down here in the bottom right, you have this blooming patch of flowers. It's
You
just
caught me.
it's just so, it's catching. It's
Very nicely done.
telling.
You caught my subtle message. Yes. Thank you, Darcy.
You're welcome.
Moving along.
Well, what you want to do in this situation, after the first bomb goes off, you want to rush over there in time to catch the second bomb.
Exactly. And we were told to leave because of the second
I
bomb.
bet that's true.
And that's why I got a better shot.
So
What
Chris,
really
can
makes
I
this as an image to me are the two firemen. The yellow helmets standing close together, evaluating the situation. I think that really pulls the whole shot together. It's a great shot.
Chris, how long was it from that shot to them telling you get lost?
Maybe a couple minutes. Maybe. I mean, there was guys walking up and down the street. Get back, get back. Okay. All right, I'll get over here then and take this shot. Okay, let's go to New York. We were in New York. I was on a boat. I took the picture. Chrysler Building. I like it just for the dynamic nature of the color, and it reminds me of New York. That was it.
I like the leading line from the yellow building up to the Chrysler, back down to the drab of this building. And then you have the triangle with the green graffiti.
Oh. Thank you, Darcy.
I like the contrast. I love the colors.
Yeah.
My only thought would be if it were more landscape and maybe higher in the sky, it would almost look like a pyramid effect, maybe. Because I have this desire to want to see more of the sides of this image as well.
Yeah.
Because you know, I have this image of it being sort of like a pyramid, and like these beautiful buildings.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I have enough to do that, but I'll go look. Thank you.
Mhm.
I'd
Yeah.
like to see just a little bit more on the bottom.
It was very ugly. That's why I cut it off.
It's New
I
York.
cut it off right where there were cars. Otherwise, it would get real ugly.
I like the fact that this picture, it just seems to shine.
Yes.
It has a
Metallic.
brilliance, and it just leaps right out off the page,
Hmm.
as it were.
What time of day, Chris?
Probably, I think it was mid-afternoon.
And what direction are you shooting?
I have no idea it was New York.
So the building on the right, the brown building, looks like it has cloth coming down with, you can see through it.
Right. It's a construction going on.
It is construction.
Yeah.
It's identical to the building on the left.
As far as color goes and stuff. Yeah.
Structure, yeah.
If you were If you were to take out the orange, yellow building down there in the lower left and replace it with a brown building, it would take a lot of the impact out of this. And I think that orange really complements the blue, well, complementary colors.
Agreed.
Sky, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised when I saw it. You know, as you guys probably would too, you know, you're looking at setups, and I probably took 10 different shots here coming into the Chrysler and then leaving it. And this is the one that just stood out by itself. No question.
I do think those greens are a little hot.
Okay. Thank you.
Because they're not really the picture and they keep dragging down.
Okay. I can see that when you say it. Yeah.
Just
Thank you. I can take a whip to those,
Yeah.
tame them down. All right. Let's move on. Just, I don't know. There's just something about this. I got nothing big to say about it. I just love that she's drinking a black cow. You can see the A&W root beer. She's got a spoon. So in the ice cream in that, whatever she's got, and she's using the spoon to tell him something while he's listening intently, as you can tell, as
Or
long as
maybe
he can
not.
eat his ice cream cone. It's just a character thing, and I just love it. That's what I got.
Was this a New York shot also?
This was up 395. It was, I don't know where it was. It was one of those towns going up.
How far up 395?
As looking at it, and I didn't see this, and I looked at the stuff ahead of time.
Yeah.
That knee that's over the woman's blue jeans, I just all of a sudden came out. I mean, it was like I didn't see it at all because I was focused on exactly what you said. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden that knee appeared.
And then the hat.
Yeah, I
And then
thought her hat was on weird to think that.
So you're saying it's a little needy?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
All right, Chris.
So what would you do with that?
Nothing. I mean, it's the shot, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, I would take that knee and just remove some of the brightness.
oh, you could tone it down. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really
Okay.
like the picture. My only hope would be, and I know you couldn't do this, but that would give you some location like Route 66 or 395 or Lone Pine, something that like, oh yeah, this is like the mother highway or whatever they call it. It's sort of like I can't picture where it's at, and
Yeah.
it'd be great if there was some kind of marker that said like this is the location.
Well, I can
Camino
expand that.
Sierra.
Pardon me?
Take a
El
Route
Camino
66 sheet,
Sierra.
nail it to the post.
I've done that.
I bet you have.
Yeah, I can see if there's, I cut this down because I shot it from another table a little bit far away. So I can see if there's anything else in there. I cropped the Jelly Belly a little bit more than I wanted to. I just see that now. But I'll take that and darken the knee.
And I would blur this background just a tad bit because it's, my eyes
Sure.
travel out of the picture by being distracted by that background.
Do you get distracted by the ice cream cone?
It was more the black cow that distracted me at first.
I see. You're a black cow girl, huh? Wait a minute. I'm an old, no, that's a different story.
You want to rephrase that?
No,
I'm not
I'm
going
good.
in.
yeah, we're good. Next,
We're just gonna move on. Thank you all for that.
whoops.
That's Craig Toms. Come back, yeah. I think this one or one like it was in competition. And this is up at Manzanar, which is 395.
Yeah.
And well, you might not know this, but I like night and I like the night sky. And so I went back. This is the monument to those who died while being in prison as US citizens in the area, not that I have a viewpoint. And so this was, at least now is still there, is a monument to that. And I just waited, found a place where I could get the Milky Way. So it's just one I really like, and I stuck around for a while after the shot, just in the quiet, very dark. Sometimes imagining what was here in 1941 through 45, and otherwise just the magnificence of being under that sky.
Single photo?
Single photo.
Chris, your stars up in the upper left and right corners look very nice. What length of time did you have on the exposure?
It was short. I was using a 1.4 lens, 20 millimeter.
Mhm.
Cool.
And it was probably 8 to 10 seconds.
Okay. Mhm.
Would have been nice to get the bottom of the monument as well.
I know that as well. I screamed when I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the
But
Milky
you're-
Way is beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes,
I love
indeed.
the position and everything, Chris. Awesome
Yes.
picture.
There is a metaphysical side to this, which I didn't get into, but you can see what it is by those comments, you know. So
So
Yeah.
what's the white balance on this? Have you tried it bluer?
did I try it with a bluer sky?
White balance, yeah, because it's
I
very yellow.
I
on
went
my screen.
around and I think just my judgment at the time, this is what I landed on, Vita. I could go back and look at it a lot hotter, a lot colder, and go in the middle again and see where that is. Sure.
Mhm.
Just a thought.
Yeah. No,
Mhm.
yeah, I take that as a real good suggestion for me to look at it again. Thank you all.
You know, you can get a similar shot out on the east side of Joshua Tree out at the Cholla Gardens out there in terms of the darkness
Yeah.
and this type of thing. In May, June, around that time frame, you can get this with the Cholla fields underneath and so forth. It's very much like that. The mountains kind of drift off to the left like that, and
Mhm.
instead of a monument, you've got Cholla cacti out there. But it's a great place to go for the Milky Way too. Very much
Are
like
you
this.
are you driving or am I driving?
Hey, I'll drive. It's about an hour and 5 minutes from Palm Desert. I can tell you that. So
All
not
right,
bad at all. Yeah.
I'll meet you at the gas station at I-10 and Indian.
All right, let's go.
All right.
By the way, the West Gate in Joshua Tree, or I mean, yeah, in Joshua Tree is going to be closed next week while they finish building the new entrance.
Yeah.
So you have to
Right.
go all the way up to 29 Palms next week.
Yeah.
And that will give them another lane or two for paying customers, which will hopefully will net the park some more money.
Mm.
Good point to bring up here for sure. Okay, I don't know. Do I have one more?
Yes, you do.
Okay. This is my butterfly.
Oh,
And when you take a look at it, if you're kind of schmaltzy like me, you see the butterfly hugging the caterpillar and saying, your time is going to come, but I got to go now. Okay, that's my story. A few years ago, I started growing milkweed, and I have, well, I'm going to put in some more yet, but I have some milkweed. And to see this critter flying around after a while, and I saw him as a caterpillar, and oh, good. I feel like the stepfather or something when this happens. It's so much fun. And I didn't know I had this shot. I just saw the wings open and said, "Oh, that'll be nice." And then when I brought it into editing, I found the caterpillar. So that's kind of like that who was that? You never know what you're gonna get.
Mhm.
Uh,
Forrest
so
Gump.
Forrest Gump, yeah, Forrest Gump. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. So that's why I brought it in. That's all. It's just something undiscovered that has a little story to Chris,
Mm.
and that's it.
Yeah.
I love that, Chris.
Oh, good. Okay, that's all I got, I think.
Yep.
Thank you for your patience. Sorry I wasn't here.
No problem.
Who's Darcy?
That would be me.
You should have
And it-
5 stars, not 1 star.
No, we're all number ones. So
Oh, that's so sweet.
Does that mean I get a participation award?
yes, you do.
Oh, good. I hope it's purple.
Matches the hair of your first picture. No, that was Bob's picture. Take it back.
Did you take it back? Okay,
I took it back.
you did?
Okay. This was, as you know, I'm up in Oregon, and ever since last year, I've been intrigued and enamored with tide pools. And with the ability to get down there closer and stuff this year, this beach we found is a shallow beach, I guess. You know, it's not far out to the water's edge and stuff. And this was just cute. The sea anemones had just covered up with water, so they're just kind of open. And I just thought with the large starfish above made a really cool picture.
I love the color.
I like the fact that you were there.
Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
I mean, that new chair is just incredible. And it
Yes.
offers so much, and this is a result of that. Yay!
Yay. Yay, VA. Okay, that's my spiel there.
See, if you were to crop a little bit from the right side on that, it could almost be an abstract. It'd be really cool as what is this photo about? Just, part of way into that greenness and a little bit from the bottom.
Hmm.
Be a really interesting image.
Okay, I'll try that.
Darcy, you could try a little bit of dehaze down on that right corner down there too to see what that does for you, or even texture
Mhm.
or clarity down in there. Just see what that does.
Okay.
Whatever's left over after you crop it. Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't crop it, then that brings some interest there, which is a really good idea as well.
Mhm.
That dehaze idea. Yeah.
Well, I used a CPL filter, and I was able to get, instead of having the real harsh sun reflections, it was kind of cool to actually see the sand beneath the ripples. This guy, it was so funny. I had my Nikon point and shoot, and I was just driving down the boardwalk, and I caught him trying to ride a wave. And when he came in, it's like I showed him, and he was really thankful I took it. And he goes, I got this board at Goodwill for $99, and I had to go try it today. And that was the only wave that broke. And so it was just kind of fun to see him come in on the wave. So
Oh,
It's a first for him, and first board and first wave, and you got him first.
exactly.
It looks like Roy.
No, this guy has hair, remember?
Oh, sorry, Bri.
Oops.
The beard.
Yeah, the beard, yes. This one is also compliments of the new chair. We're driving down one of the redwoods. Where were we? Drury, North Drury, Drury Pet Drury Newton State Park in California, in Northern California. And Roy couldn't pull over by the tree. And so he pulled off on the side of the road, dropped the ramp. I got in my chair and I rode over, and I just thought the light was just wonderful. And I can picture myself sitting in the middle of the tree here. So but the story is that I took it from the chair on the side of the road, and I love the bigness of this tree stump.
Yeah.
Darcy, you could get Craig to put you in there.
I could.
Yeah, pretty awesome tree stump, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
How high was that hollowed out area? Like, was it 10 feet, 6 feet?
I'm gonna say this was probably 4 feet, and this was probably 5 feet tall.
Okay.
So
The green V was kind of pulled my eye off, and maybe lighten the light inside that area of the tree stump a little bit.
okay.
Yeah,
I
that
can
could be
try
light
that.
in the V. I might have cropped that out. I mean, it doesn't seem to me to fit the idea that there's this great tree stump that you're looking at.
I'll try that, because I think the reason I left the V in was actually the light, coming behind, and it explained why this light was in here.
Okay.
I think if you bring up the shadows some more, Darcy, and just bring down the highlights in that tree area, just with a little selection, that would make for a lot more pop.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try that. I've started this project of spider webs. I've been intrigued. I don't like spiders, but I've been intrigued with the webs they make. So this was on an RV in our park in the storage area, and just the way the light was hitting it, I decided to include it in one of my spider web projects. I'm just compiling spider webs. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a portfolio, maybe it'll be a book, maybe it'll just be a bunch of pictures that just sits in a file that says project. So
Do you need the dark place on the bottom, Darcy? Could you crop it up into the wood?
I didn't notice that dark place in the bottom. I think the reason I did that was the anchor, but I guess even if I cropped it, you could basically keep the anchor. It would look like it was anchored to the light brown wood.
Mhm.
I think I'm just curious, like if the wood, that dark wood were lighter, I wonder if it's sort of like there's a contrast. And I was thinking if the lighter wood may may bring like a more a warmth to it, to the whole picture.
Okay.
Well, I'm in the middle, kind of bothers me. I love the bokeh in the back on the top.
Okay.
What?
That white line is what, reflection off the top of the wood? What causes that?
That is actually the metal of the top of the roof of the trailer.
Oh,
I could tone that down possibly.
Yeah, that's gotta go.
Yeah, you could make that pretty dark.
It bisects the picture
It does.
yeah.
to start with.
The upper half and the lower half, yep.
Yeah, and then below that, you've got the dark wood and then the black wood underneath that. I think you get rid of all of that, concentrate on the web itself, because you have a lovely background. Nice and soft, it has good colors, and just crop the bottom half of that picture out, get rid of that. And I think you'd have a very nice spider web image.
Okay, thanks.
Know what I mean?
I'll try these suggestions.
Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean?
I know what you mean, Bob.
I know that you did.
Ooh.
Ooh, yes,
Woohoo!
Nice.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I love the
This-
starfish.
This was another one of those that I love starfish. I fell in love with them last year, and this is another tide pool picture. And I zoomed in and cropped really tight, and I like the fact that it's like the starfish is hiding in plain sight. So
What I like about this picture is, I quickly knew it was a starfish. Where the
Yeah,
other
very
picture, I sort of had to get more analysis in it. So I like that this was quick to see the starfish.
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you.
I think it's a fabulous picture and it has a lot of wow to it.
Yes,
But on the left-hand edge, there is that brightness, the white parts. And I would just put a little bit of a gradient darkening
Okay.
to the center, as if you had a falling off of light over there.
Okay.
I think that would keep your eye in. Stunning image.
yes.
Thank you so much.
What I
Yeah, I
like
love this.
about,
I love the starfish.
Yeah,
I did my high school biology thesis on starfish. Bet you didn't know that.
No, I did not.
Yeah, I'll write it down.
what I liked about this image is how rich it is. The shells look like black leather and gold, and
Nice.
the redness comes out beautifully. It's fantastic.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice.
Thank you,
It's almost
guys.
there's almost a kind of a quality of movement to the whole thing. You look at, that's what caught my eye to begin with. It
Yes.
seems to sweep around from the left to the right and up through the starfish. Yeah, very, very nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you guys so much. And that's it for me. So
Yay.
next we have Diana.
Okay. All right. So I have a selection. The other club I'm in at Sun City Palm Desert, we took a club trip down to Salton Sea for sunset photos. I know this club also did a night shot down there, and so this is the Blue Hour, and this one was actually shot with my cell phone. But I walked down right to the edge of the beach, and Betty was with me. She's still watching. And they have these weird little sort of, they're almost like divots in rock, but I think it isn't rock. I think it's just the way the sand has piled up there. So the water fills in those little holes and gives you this really interesting texture.
Beautiful.
Very nice abstract.
Yeah, I love that abstracty quality of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice
So-
and moody.
Yeah, so this is the blue hour, but the next one next is sunset. So we have. the
I
next-
would remove the little dots of light on the shore there, because those are kind of a distraction.
Yes, okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Good eye.
Oh,
Fairly similar picture, but that was taken at sunset with my regular camera. And I kind of discovered after the fact that my white balance was off and I had a +9 on the red, but it sort of helped in this picture.
Yes.
And in this picture, I did take the lights out. I just didn't do it in the other because it was in the camera. So,
Okay.
okay.
I have a different view of the lights, just a different viewpoint. For me, the lights let me know the extent of the Salton Sea, because when I look at it here, I think it's a shallow, narrow Salton Sea. But when I see the dots in the background, to me, it looks like, oh, it's really extensive. Like the Salton Sea is pretty vast. That's how I see it. I think the lights give me a perspective of the
Interesting.
size of the Salton Sea.
Well, if I wanted to do enter this for landscape, I shouldn't have anything man-made in there. So those lights should be out, but I can understand that perspective, it just sort of depends. Yeah. And this one, I think the other one looks more expansive to me anyway. This one, just the angle on this one and the tonality, it looks more like a straight on shot. I don't know how much further it extends off to the left. Yeah. Okay. Next, this was
Just
taken.
one more thought, maybe crop a little. And
Crop
you're right under the mountain is right in the middle of this photo.
Mhm.
And I would like to see it not quite so centered. And I would just crop a little bit from the sky.
Okay.
Just try it and see what you think.
Yeah, I was just trying to keep the few clouds that were in there, but yeah. Yeah, so you want a different proportion.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to have it more panorama-like.
Okay, I can give that a shot. Yeah, so the last picture was also taken. We wandered around the town.
Oops, sorry.
This one. This is actually the front yard of a trailer house that is there. I was intrigued to see, I don't know what this person is doing, filling all these bottles or what was going on, but this is Olivia Newton-John painted on the trailer. That's a trailer in the background.
Really?
So you see a window to the right of her head, and there's a
Yeah.
window to the left that the tree is sort of covering over. Yeah, and this is sort of a Greece theme. So this whole thing to me was kind of bizarre, but interesting. And this was also taken sort of in more goldeny light. Yeah. So it looks it's like a mural painted on the trailer with all this weird stuff going on with the bottles. So
I love all the
It's super interesting.
Lot to look at. There's a lot to look at.
there is, well, of course there is in Bombay Beach anyway, but I had not seen this before. So, I was intrigued by this. I've been down there a couple times now, and a lot of the places, I've sort of it's like, oh, I have pictures of that. I have that, but this was new. So
This is Bombay Beach?
yeah, Bombay Beach.
No kidding.
Yeah. Yep. One of the houses there. Yeah.
I love all the colors and I love the gold.
Yeah.
My only feedback would be maybe to crop. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. That's just the background. The top, I would love to see the top of her head as well. But I just love the colors and the texture.
Well, the top of the head, that's literally the top of the van there.
That's what I figured. That's the top of the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
So,
You couldn't go higher. Yeah.
no, even if you look over in that tree, you start to get a little tiny bit of the sky in the background, and it looked a little bit weird to have this little tiny
Yeah.
band up there. So,
Yeah, I get it.
Very strange.
yeah.
It take
But
a little bit of work, but I think if you darken the sand at the bottom,
Mhm.
everywhere,
Mhm.
wherever there's sand,
Mhm.
that would really help emphasize the interesting bottles.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little light right there, especially that corner in the right down there. It's kind of empty, although I have cropped this picture in some, and there was another piece of this grass carpeting and a piece of a hose or something. So when I cropped it's sort of like, oh, well, now I got that big space there, but um,
Yeah, I think if you just make it a little darker, it won't stick out so much.
much. Okay, that's a good suggestion. I can try that. Yep.
But it does kind of draw your eyes up to her face because it's kind of the same color.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you don't want the eye to stay. I mean, the bottles are interesting and they're lighter, but that's light enough that it does sort of, it's like dead space that sort of,
Yeah, I see what you mean.
it's like, So, okay, now the last two, I want some help because I have managed to get one of these lines right along the join of the background and the image itself. So I took this picture of a bird over at the living desert, and I wasn't sure if I wanted the whole bird or whatever, but I really like the angle of the head and everything.
Yeah.
And then there, as you can see, like down to the bottom left near the branch, there were little pieces of stuff that were in the foreground that sort of, the camera blurred, but didn't kind of blur all the way out. And then, of course, I had the fence in the background that didn't totally blur either. So I decided I liked the head and I was going to zoom in on the head. But in the process of processing, I got this white line, and usually I've been told that's if you over sharpen too much and all the rest. I need some help in how to get rid of it other than having to go back and edit the entire picture. So, okay, so the next picture. So that's what I did. And I was really happy. I managed to clone out that fence area and really blur it even more. But on the left-hand side, you can see where the background joins the edge of the feathers all the way up there. I've got that telltale light line.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so, Craig, what do you do with that? Do you go in and try to focus in on the pixels to change it enough?
Yeah, you have to, I think what I would do, and maybe Vid has another way of doing it, but what I would start to do at least is I would magnify, get way in there, way in as close as I could get just about, and get a clone tool out.
Mhm.
And I would probably put the clone tool over on the background part, not on the eagle itself. I'd clone from the background and just kind of very carefully go along that white edge there and take that out. But you'd have to just kind of really zoom in and take your time doing it.
Yeah.
Probably
And
have
You
to back
could
it.
also select the eagle, then do the inverse.
That's
So
what
now
I-
the eagle's protected, and then you're working from the background. And as you're using your clone tool, you don't have to worry so much about wiping out the edge of the eagle because you already took care of that. So yeah, it's a chromatic aberration, and it's hard to deal with. And I mean,
because
I always like to try to do selects so I don't have to worry too much about the edge.
Well, the
So
thing is that annoys me is that, I use the masking to mask the subject and inverted it for the background. But I ended up with this little stripy thing there. And it's sort of like, what happened to this mask that it why did it leave that little space?
okay, well then you could, if it does that, then when you select the bird, you go in and shrink there's the there's the smaller, and just make the mask a little bit smaller before you invert it. So it brings it in. Again, it's just a technique to protect your edge because it's so hard to go along that edge with a clone tool and not occasionally get into the bird. And so, yeah,
So- I'm shrinking the size of the inverted background to do that.
no, you're shrinking the size of the bird. You
Okay.
select the bird and shrink the bird.
The mask on the bird.
The mask on the bird, correct.
Diana, what works for what has worked for me is in Photoshop is to expand the picture and then use the lasso and highlight that white and then use AI, generative AI, and it'll get rid of it.
Yeah, but if I were wanting to put this in competition, I can't do that.
That's okay. That's true.
So, but if I want it just for me, yeah. So that's the problem. But generative AI and expand it. Why expand it?
So in other words, just make the white bigger in the picture, and then so you can easily lasso it. And then once you lasso that white area, just do the generative AI, and it matches the picture.
All right. Well, those are all good suggestions because it's so annoying, But
Well, the other thing you could do is crop in severely to the eye and the beak, because that's where the action is.
Mhm.
Just crop into the eye and the beak, real close up. Brilliant. Because it's a great shot. It's a great shot.
Yeah. Yeah. If I
think
could
that's
just
a nice idea. We don't need his whole back there. The back part of him. You could crop off some of that problem area anyway.
get rid of some of it. Okay. Yeah, that's another good thought, but just so frustrating. Okay, great. I appreciate that help. And that's my last one.
Greg, you're up.
I imagine most of you have seen this down at Bombay Beach. But typically, the Salton Sea is fairly calm, and the sculpture is not nearly as interesting. I just thought this was kind of an more ominous shot. Made that
love it.
Sculpture a little more appealing with the storm waves going over
We need a bigger boat.
it.
I've seen that structure, and I think you captured it really well. That's a nice shot of it.
Thank you.
It looks very primitive.
Yeah, it looks like a whale, bone that got beached or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Great shot.
I'd say I thought it was just much more interesting than typically when the sea is very calm. It's just another sculpture out there. But this was a little more
This is it's kind of an action shot, I mean, it really is with the
Yeah,
blurred
you're
water and so forth. It looks
is.
like it's just, coursing through the storm or something right at sundown or whatever.
What was the shutter speed on this?
Okay, thank you. I was at Idlewild earlier this summer. Couldn't pass up this picture. You notice the ladies were not very excited about being photographed. And we can, of course, understand why that is now.
Yeah.
But the color, I thought the oranges and the setting was fun.
I love the watermelon, just that lone green watermelon.
Yeah, I was just thinking that'd be a nice close-up of the watermelon and the oranges.
Crop the women out altogether.
Yeah.
And the truck.
I'll give that a go.
Yeah, it's lovely. Lovely.
I hadn't thought about that.
I
Okay,
think that's super that you have this viewpoint, and I didn't see the watermelon, and that's a whole different shot.
yeah, I
That's
hadn't
so
thought
cool
about
you
that
guys
either,
saw
Chris.
that.
Very good. I'll look forward to doing that.
Huh.
Anybody been to Butte, Montana?
Nope.
Richest hill
No.
on earth. That's where this is. It was, one of the largest copper mining areas in the country in the late 1890s, early 1900s. They're still mining copper there today. So I like the contrast between the old head frames and the new open pit mine, and in the colors in the contrasting with the head frame.
I like the colors. I I would like to see more of the foreground. But I like all the colors and the texture.
You get a sense of the scale looking at the outfit down there in the lower right, that structure down there. It seems
One
to
of the
be,
old buildings, yeah.
yeah, it gives you a sense of the scale.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Have you tried flipping this? I would like to come in from the other side.
Oh,
Just,
really? No, I haven't tried that.
it won't be historical, but it would still be interesting.
Okay, I'll give that a go. Thank you. Okay. Go ahead, Darcy. Yellowstone Park, 150, 200 years ago.
Yeah.
That's the way they used to go through the park. I couldn't resist when I saw these wagons going across it and the dust in them. I thought it was just kind of a fun shot.
I like how you framed the two wagons basically in between these birch trees.
Right. This had to be a quick shot. I didn't have much time. This was a real grab shot. I just happened to see the olive go by on the highway and I jumped out with my camera and then got a couple of pictures before they were out of sight.
Nicely done.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Mhm.
Like it.
Just recently up at Cambria, I guess, this shot. And I was trying to do what Darcy's doing with the spider webs, but I struggle a little bit getting him. You see him at the top of his head, you see him in his cheek, over the right part of his hair. Plus, I like the colors and the texture of the wood. So just to get another grab shot. I couldn't get those spider webs to come out much more. Anybody got any suggestions on how to emphasize those any better?
You'd have to probably zoom in quite a bit, I think, in order to really pick those up. Yeah, if you,
Anytime you're dealing with spider webs, if you have a water bottle with a spray on it, just spray a little water on them.
Oh, really? That
Yeah.
sparkles them up,
Yeah, it
huh?
works.
Huh, good thought. I'll start carrying a water bottle with a spray.
There you go.
I think that's it, guys. Thank you.
Jean, is she back yet?
Yes, she is.
Awesome.
Yay.
Timing. Yay.
I'm ready to see all of your night shots.
Well, you know,
Ooh.
I didn't treat Summer Share as a critiquing peer review opportunity, so this is puzzling me a little bit. So I just submitted some non-competition images just to share what's going on in my summer. So I
Nice.
spent a week in Costa Rica. This actually looks a little bit better on here than it is. It's a pretty bad shot, but that's a howler monkey. And for anybody who likes to shoot wildlife, I give you credit because shooting a moving animal, whew, I'm not used to having to move quickly like that. So it was, but it was fun. And if you like monkeys, boy, Costa Rica is a fun place. I saw howler monkeys and capuchin monkeys and what's those other ones that look like they just got a haircut?
Oh, yeah.
which or
Squirrel
something.
Squirrel monkeys, I
Okay.
think they're
Arbor
called.
monkeys.
Yeah.
Jean, did you try on your R5? Did you try that eye detection feature on it?
No, it happened too quickly.
Okay.
I just
Yeah.
haven't even started. You have to kind of
Okay.
prep, as I understand, with that and teach the camera the way your eye moves or something. And
You
I haven't
get in
even
there and
gone.
it tracks the animal's eyes is what it does. It just zooms right in on your animal's eyes and it stays focused on them wherever he
Oh,
goes.
yeah. I thought
Yeah.
you were talking about the one. There's a feature on this camera that Craig and I both have, and now John Erdman has too, that the focus follows your eye movement. So it will
No.
focus on whatever you're actually looking at, which I thought was pretty cool, but I haven't tried to use that yet.
Wow.
Gene, is that on a
Yeah.
Gene, is that on the R5?
Yeah.
Yes, R5 Mark II. Yeah.
I have to
Okay.
say, I love his eyes because it looks like he's looking at somebody off screen.
Off to the side. Yeah.
Yes.
His cohorts in crime there. Yeah. All right. Next one, Darce. I shot 2 in Costa Rica. This is like more my speed of wildlife. This is this is a sloth who, you know, I could have taken 20 minutes to take this picture and he or she would have looked exactly the same. That little bulge on his or her chest is actually the backside end of a baby, but the baby didn't have the courtesy to turn around and smile for the camera. So would have been fun to get both of them. But yeah, you could see sloths. I mean, I've never seen one quite up that close. This is just a shot with my phone on the hotel grounds that we were staying in, and it was quite close and quite nice.
Gene, if you turn it upside right, I think it'll be a better shot.
Yeah, right. I put it on Facebook and I put the caption in that says this photo is not upside down. The sloth is upside down. So the next 2 shots, Darcy, I also, after I spent a week in Costa Rica, I turned around and spent a week in New York. And this was, I just wanted to share this. I don't know about you, but when I go to a museum, I tend to always, you know, I look at the piece of art and then I feel compelled to read the museum label, you know, the little white card there that identifies the maker and the year and where the artwork came from. You know, it's borrowed from the private collection of, you know, Peggy Guggenheim or somebody, and then some quite, you know, some odd choice of words for a description of the artwork, which I kind of find a little bit pretentious half the time. But anyway, this was a in New York, this was a Diane Arbus exhibit. And it was like 450 of her photographs. And there were no museum labels. There was just a small number label by each, and you could pick up a brochure at the entrance that would give you whatever description you wanted. But frankly, it really changed the way I'm going to look in a museum because I love just having nothing to look at but the artwork. Yeah. And not being distracted by reading, you know, history and dates and names and places. So this was interesting. It was just not grouped in any way. It was not chronological. It wasn't grouped by subject. And people, as you can see, could just wander at will throughout the place and look at the artwork. So I thought it was a really, really cool exhibit.
Interesting.
For anybody who wants to go to New York, I think it's up for a little while longer. It's at the Park Avenue Armory.
I had thought because there were no little labels by each one, there was some kind of photography contest because the judges wouldn't be able to know who shot them.
No, this was all Diane Arbus and all her wonderful street photography. She committed suicide at age 45, I think, and only shot for about 15 years and got some really interesting work, I thought. So yeah, good stuff.
I love the contrast of the black and white photographs and the people. I mean, this is it's a picture I could get lost in. And
yeah, again, this is not for competition. I mean, I would pop out the guy in the blue jacket on the right and much more of the ceiling, but I just wanted to show you what the exhibit looks like and talk about it.
Good job.
You know, it was really interesting. To the left, that there's the way in the back, there is the back wall of the exhibit. And the back wall was floor to ceiling mirror. And I practically walked into the mirror until I realized it was me I was walking into because it was a mirror. But they actually had guards stationed at both ends because everybody was practically walking into that mirror because it looked like, you know, this grid pattern of the display arrangement just kept going on and on and on and on. It was funny. And one more New York shot for you.
Jane, I just want to know, you said you didn't think it was organized in any way?
It's not they made a point of saying that. There's no rhyme or reason to the organization. Some of these have not been ever shown before. There were, I think, 450 images, and they were gathered by a man who was a student of Diane Arbus's, and he's the only one licensed by her estate to make her prints. And he's tried scrupulously, apparently, to, when he'd make a print of a negative that he had of hers, he would try to match the way she printed it. And, you know, he talked about hours and hours and hours, you know, the temperature of the chemicals, the mix of the chemicals, the, you know, the length of the exposure and everything like that is all, you know, makes a print look very different from, you know, one print to another. So yeah, no organization, just wander at will.
Hmm.
Yeah, odd, very different from the normal museum exhibits. And then my other New York, my last one here is, I couldn't resist this. This was right outside B&H Photo one day. And this is a nice Hasidic gentleman taking his potato chips out in his stroller for a stroll. Well, maybe if we were still doing, maybe if we were still doing PJ, I'd think about it. It's not a PJ shooter, but I couldn't resist. Who takes their potato chips out for a stroll?
Well,
Anyway, that's
he
all.
said
Newark
he's
is so
carrying
interesting.
stuff.
I'm sorry?
He's just carrying.
Bulky to carry it in his arms. He's rather portly, so it's easy, the easiest way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Just put them in your stroller if you happen to have a stroller around.
And it looks like they're Jewish potato chips too, because
I'm sure they're kosher potato chips.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can see the Jewish names. Yeah.
All right, that's all.
Great shot.
That's what I did this summer.
You know, I'm glad you let chips fall where they might.
Oh, stop, Chris.
Chris.
You know, his dad does those puns too. His dad, Chris, learned that from his dad, so he's just a chip off the old block.
Ow!
You got
Right
him.
back at you, Chris.
You got him. Good job.
Now he's got a chip on his shoulder now. I
Now.
don't know.
Bada bing.
Enough.
Bada bing,
Stop.
bada bum. This is a
Moving
wonderful idea, Darcy.
Well, and Jean, the photo critiques just came out of clear air, which is cool. It just
Yeah, no, it's wonderful if they
materialized, so
do. It's
yes.
not, you know, it depends on what you want when you submit this, but this was, for me, it was just sharing. This is like the assignment in school, you know, what I did this summer.
And I enjoy what you did this summer.
Yeah, I did too. Thank you.
Okay, hold on. Why am I not moving on? Julianne.
Julianne.
Ooh.
Okay, now I'm not sure about how to crop this or what to do with it, but that is the Grand Canyon is behind you. As they always say, when you're taking a picture, turn around,
Mm-hmm.
see what's behind you.
Absolutely.
And that was the sunset. Not kind of a portent of 4th of July, unfortunately.
So interesting that I assume you sent this to Darcy with the bevel already in it.
No, I
Correct?
did the bevel.
Oh, you did the bevel. Okay.
I did the bevel.
Is this a North Ridge, North Rim?
Yes, this is North Rim, I believe. Let me check here.
That's a very.
That's the Valhalla overlook.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's so sad.
Just sickening.
Yeah,
That
really.
wonderful place got burned.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Been there 50 years or something.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
So I don't know, would you try to crop it differently or, take this tree out to have the things go this way? I don't know.
I would crop, my opinion, I would crop this tree out.
Definitely.
And I like these little clouds here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure about the sunset. I like it, but it seems like it's missing something. What's everybody else think?
Yeah, I have others where the sunset goes up quite a bit higher.
Or not quite so dense on the right-hand side,
Yeah.
but it'd be nice if it showed a little more through, but yeah. You probably crop it a little, but then you lose the clouds. I don't know, maybe move them over. It's possible.
That's the tough part. If you crop it from the right, then you do lose those clouds up there with a bit of color up there, so.
But if you probably could, because that's a uniform sky, you probably could actually cake some of that and just move it over, you know,
Yeah.
and then make sure you use the cloning brush around the edges, and you probably can move it over a bit.
And cut off all these dark ones behind.
Yeah.
Is the ground level tilting from is it a little bit not quite level down there? Your horizon line basically is down at the ground in this picture. To me, it's higher on the right than on the left.
You know, that's an interesting thing. First time I was at the Grand Canyon on the South Rim, and I kept, you know, using the level in my camera and going, it's not level. And then it suddenly struck me, yes, the camera is level, the canyon is tilted.
Exactly, yeah. But, you know, for the photo, you still might want to artificially level that out.
I can see that.
The trees are
Because
level though.
the trees are
straight.
still tilted a little too, so just
Okay, let's go to the next. That's my least favorite of them.
Nice.
You got some moonlight going there.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
very nice capture.
Oh,
So-
that's fun, Julianne.
I
How long
love
was
it,
your exposure, Julianne?
Let me check here. That was a 10-second exposure
Mm-hmm.
at f2.8 and 6,400.
Wow, the light on those distant mountains is really pretty.
Yeah. Now, what I did, because with that, open a f-stop, with that f-stop, down here was not in focus. So I chose to darken it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I think it kind of works in this case because it's almost like a vignette.
And it looks like moonlit, that it just didn't get lit over there.
Yeah. So that's one of my favorites. Okay, this one is going down Bright Angel Path and coming back up to the lodge. Weep, weep, sad, sad. I could probably crop that down a little bit to draw more attention here to the lodge itself.
So crop off part of the bottom here.
No, crop
Up
the top.
The top.
Oh, the top. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, because the path takes you up to the lodge.
Would get the horizon line, that's not quite center, that would move the horizon line better, I think, too.
And it would take out whatever this is, if it's airplane or
Oh, I hadn't even seen in that. Yeah.
That's not a satellite. That looks like it.
Iridium flare?
Typically, a plane or a satellite is a series of dots going along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
You
not cool.
Julian, I think I would just crop it a little bit from the bottom. You see the shadow at the bottom there, over at the
Uh-huh.
very bottom on the left there. I would bring it up so that shadow was just sort of it's not really adding anything. You might cut off your rock a little bit, but I don't think you lose too much down there.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that, or I could just lighten that shadow a little bit.
There you go.
Oh, I just noticed. If you go back to that, we've got the Big Dipper.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's right in the middle.
wow.
I'll be a son of a gun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoops, sorry.
Yep.
Wow, that is so cool.
How about that?
Shadows of the past. And I really had trouble with straightening that one.
Yeah, the angles are, I mean, the front one, you obviously worked on that front pillar, but the other thing is still sloping quite a lot. I don't know if that's just supposed to be the design, but.
Well, it's an 18 millimeter exposure, and I was real close to it.
You could use an ACR, you could use the guided where you draw the lines and
I haven't tried it with the lines. I'll try that next.
you get two vertical lines and one horizontal, and you can square that thing up.
Okay, thanks, Patrick. I will try that because I fussed and fussed and fussed and had no luck. Great. And next.
This one I like.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
great fun.
Yeah, that was the cabins, the guest cabins, and I used a star filter to highlight the lights. I have others without the star filter.
Kind of like them, but I tried to find one of those, and they're hard to find nowadays.
Were
So-
you with a tour group, Julianne, or did you do this trip on your own?
Oh, this was with National Parks at Night.
Okay.
Who was leading that one, Julianne?
You know, I'd have to go back and look. I can't
Oh.
remember. It must have been
Never mind, it doesn't matter. I was just
Yeah.
curious.
the guy who does the Lightroom, who doesn't like me. Because I ask him questions.
Husky or whatever.
But yeah, he always does the Lightroom stuff. And I mean, he's really good, but I keep asking him questions and he's like,
Do you mean Scott Kelby?
No, from NPAN. I meant who from NPAN, the five guys that run NPAN. I kind of know them a little.
Yeah, I think it was funny because as the night before or not the night, but the day before I was running around scouting. And as I pulled up to one of the overlooks, I got out of the car and there was Lance. And
he's my favorite.
Yes, mine too. Lance and Chris are just sweethearts.
Okay.
So it wasn't Lance, it wasn't Chris, it wasn't Gabe.
I'm sorry to brought it up. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, Matt.
I thought if it was on the tip of your tongue, yeah.
No, but yeah, he gets a little perturbed with me, but yeah, I had fun with that, although my camera was on a beeper because I did a 2-second delay to shoot it for 10 seconds. No, 6 seconds. I did a bunch of different settings. And so it would beep, for 2 seconds before shooting, and somebody finally came out and like, what the heck?
Yeah, I had the same problem on a workshop. It was not fun. I finally have a cable release, but I didn't have it with me, but I have one now. So
yeah,
that solves the problem.
Yeah.
But they don't
I really liked this one. I liked the way it carries you through. Okay, that's Shadows of the Past. We'll see when what it looks like in a couple of years.
Thank you for sharing that, Julianne.
Yeah.
Patrick, you are up.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, go to the next one, because that's not the before, that's the after.
Oh, okay, because you had it,
There's the, and I sent you a message this afternoon when I saw it. This is from the 13-mile post where Tom Hanks, did his thing, and we were there, and it was like the weather was so nondescript. And so I just was kind of in the mood to say, well, can I make it look any better? Now go to the real after, which is the first one. And just played with colors and contrast and took the sky and really made them look darker and more stormy. It was just an edit, nothing spectacular, but I think this is an acceptable picture, and the other one was like, eh. I mean, you can do some of these things and make them look a little bit better.
I like
I
it as
like the car for the
panorama.
perspective.
Yeah. As a panorama, it really works well. Yeah, it's very nice. Mhm.
Let's go
Beautiful
forward.
color.
So I spent some time up in Big Bear, and I noticed that, oh, the moon's going to set at 9 in the morning, and I thought, oh, and I looked where west was, and I got out photo pills, and I said, oh man, it's going to set right over those rocks. I can pull the whole thing in, and now I know why I never shoot sunsets, because by the time it gets to the horizon, everything is so dusty, and well, there was some smoke from a fire too, that you couldn't even see the moon. And it was like, okay, can I do anything with that? Let's go to the next one. Every pixel of this photo is the other photo. So I created nothing. All I did was selected at the tree line, took the sky and erased it. And then I put another layer in Photoshop and pulled down the sky and enlarged it a bit. I think it probably went a little overboard, but the technique was kind of what I was thinking about showing here, is that you don't have to worry too much. You don't get some of those chromatic aberrations or those white lines along the edges when you're using the colors of the photo that were in the photo. So just by sliding it down, I haven't really changed much. So it's just a technique that if you haven't tried it, you can do some pretty nice looking stuff. In retrospect, I made the moon too low and maybe a little bit too big, but and I wish I had more foreground, but that's the bottom of the picture. So, because if you go to the before, to capture the moon, that was where the bottom was. So, like I said, the second picture is the first picture, just the sky's been rearranged. Okay, and then the last one is, and part of the reason that the the moon set didn't work, it's because there had been a fire just over the hill, and the Sikorsky helicopter comes in and loads up. It is finished loading. This surprised me. I didn't expect this. As the Sikorsky is taking off, all this water comes out of the hose, and you're thinking, well, he just loaded up to go put out the fire. Why is this water coming out? Anybody know the answer to that? Because I don't.
Nope.
No,
suspect,
but man, those guys are artists with that water and the
Yeah.
Fonz check.
yeah, absolutely. And I think what happens, this is just a guess, that when they stick that thing all the way down in the water and they suck the water into the tank, that as soon as he's done, he flips a switch and that closes a valve so that none of the water comes out again until he goes somewhere. And when he does that, it allows all the water in the hose to exit. That's my guess, but I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. I mean, you don't always get these kinds of pictures, so.
That was great action.
You know, on that picture, John is on the line right now. I can see you. Hi, John Beshke. He sent me some photos from fire was that in your backyard? You're mute. Yeah.
He shook his head, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I missed that. Anyway, it just connects like this helicopter here to me is, oh, that's a beautiful helicopter. But when John would see something like that, personal, it becomes personal, you know, and that was, they were using the red dye stuff, whatever that was, John, was that right?
Check.
Yep.
Thank you. To put out a fire in his yard that might have been consumed had it not. Same with these guys. You see this stuff. It's amazing what they do. Thanks for
I was
catching
really
it.
surprised when I learned that that Foscheck is also loaded with seeds, so that hopefully sooner or later it gets some water and those seeds start growing again. So that was
Oh,
news. I didn't realize they
pretty
actually
cool.
loaded.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
I think that's all mine.
I think you're right. And to finish up, thanks for coming tonight. And I do want to thank everyone who participated. Remember, we have the Summer Wow Challenge going on. Please upload your images by the end of August. Use the Virtual Pursuits website. And next month is the speaker meeting. So we have the theme contest like Craig had said, and it's food. And I just wanted to share this. The journey is the best part of the adventure, and making the best of the journey helps create results that are picture perfect.
There you go.
Thank you,
Very
Darcy.
good.
Thank you.
Darcy.
Well done.
All
Well
right.
done.
So
Thank you.
thank you all
Thank you.
for
Thank you,
sticking
Darcy. Good
around,
night.
and I love how this turned out. Night
Thank you,
all.
Darcy.
Bye all.
Bye,
Thank you, Darcy.
everyone.
Thank
Good night,
you.
guys.